Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Roll With It. Um, Gang's all here. Well, Tim's kind of here. He's here. He's got some beautiful artwork
Trying.
as a stand-in. So hopefully soon we'll have any CPU limitations fixed. But until then, enjoy our custom artwork. It was greatly expensive. But we'll get right into tonight's session. I don't think we have any kind of announcements or anything like that, aside from last video went up last Wednesday, so go out and watch it, catch up, subscribe to the channel, and all that fun stuff. But last time we left off, you guys were in the midst of tracking down some naughty little bandits. Uh, Ended up finding the ambush, foiling it, taking some prisoners, learning the location of the camp, and thus ventured north about a half a mile and found the bandit camp. Through some creative scouting from Kerr, he managed to determine the location of most of the bandits in the camp, and then through an ingenious signal system that you had developed, um, surprised the bandits by shifting back from a very small spider into his regular size while sitting on the shoulder of one of the female bandits. Fight ensued. Our battle bard did his battle bard thing and just took one for the team. And after a hard fought victory, you guys managed to loot all the corpses, capture the leader, and secure most of the missing shipments, and brought the wagons back up, tied up all of your prisoners, and were venturing south back to Arabel. Had completed your, the end of that particular day, made it a couple hours before settling down for camp, and each of you taking your watches managed to get through the night without any kind of incident, aside from a fairly feisty black dragonborn that has now been tied up in trust in a very creative fashion, thanks to Rith. Good job, buddy.
Do it again.
Yeah, that's right. So we wake up. It's about dawn at this point, a little before dawn, and you guys are waking up and getting ready for the day. Anything you wish to do during the morning?
Red's gonna walk over to Rowan and sit down and look at him and go, "Were we supposed to find out why bandits take items?"
Uh, I'm sure we'll get that, but I think we were just supposed to capture the people, get the items, and then bring them back. But we can
Where are we
ask.
situated?
We can ask. It won't
Like
hurt.
right now, what's your position?
Yeah.
You were on the side of the road because you had stopped for the night. Only you journeyed maybe 4 or 5 miles south. You took like an extra hour in the day and went. So you guys are just kind of getting ready to head out for the day.
I should have clarified. Are we next to each other? Does Govach overhear that or not?
You guys were in camp at this point, so yeah,
I'm not
I would
being
assume.
quiet about it, so
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we are supposed to find out why the shipments have been targeted.
ah,
So I assume an interrogation is forthcoming, but that's not really my specialty.
Red can break bone.
This is true.
Did any of the prisoners seem like they were able to be talked to? I didn't really deal
Possibly
with
the
them much.
leader. He's fairly compliant right now, which is kind of strange.
Well, that's good. I mean, we're supposed to return him alive too, so.
Yeah.
Rith, remember that.
That's good, Riff. We are happy for that.
That's a good thing, yeah. Yeah.
Rith's still sorry about Man Underground.
It's okay. It's okay. I can understand. So I guess we could pull him away, or he may be. I mean, he's really docile right now. I don't know why. It's kind of it's just it doesn't feel right to me right now.
Well, if anybody wants to take a crack at him.
Literally a crack?
Well, not. I wouldn't start out literally with the crack. Maybe if it comes to that, sure.
Let's pull him out of the wagon. I've got an idea.
This should be good.
All right, Rith walks up and goes to the wagon to bring the guy out.
Okay. Everybody in there is asleep at the moment.
All
Well,
right,
I'm sorry. I'm going to go check my trap.
Okay.
Just so
Alright.
you know, Kerr, it's not a violent idea. Before you go.
I'll walk up into the wagon and unchain him, I guess, from the edge of the wagon and pull him out.
Okay. So you go to unchain him, and he kind of shakes awake for a moment and looks at you. Ah, good morning.
Morning, come.
Very well.
I'll unchain him and then I'll just tie his hands back.
It does not smell good in the back of that wagon either. As you get up there.
Ah,
Hopefully it all hit the bucket. Or
The crate.
The crate.
with the hay and stuff in there. Yeah. All right. So
I'll take him out
okay.
and then I'll lead him over to the group.
Where to, my good man?
There, talk Rowan and Lady Lilith. Sit.
Kind of looks at both of them. The Lady Lilith, I understand. He walks over, and who might be Rowan?
While they're doing that, I'm gonna walk back to the wagon and
Mhm.
I'll wake up people individually and I'll actually have them go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Outside.
Outside. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're playing guard duty on them.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I'll tie him up. I'll tie him up outside so they can stretch a little too.
Okay. He finds a spot to sit and sits very. I mean, as elegantly as one could sit on the ground.
And while he's sitting, I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him.
Okay. All right. And what's the save on that one?
13.
13. Okay. And the save is Charisma,
Wisdom.
wisdom. Okay. He has advantage on it because you guys have been well. No, you haven't dealt damage to him. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it fails. So he regards you as a friendly acquaintance.
So hello, my friend. How are you? Are you doing good this morning? Are you okay?
Well, a little sore from sleeping with my arms bound behind me, but all things considered,
That's
well
understandable.
enough.
Hopefully, hopefully soon we can rectify that. Um, you know, uh, we were just kind of curious on your band here. How did you recruit all of your followers here?
Some of us have worked in the past together, and others were uh, provided to me from our benefactor.
Oh, you have a benefactor.
I do.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not sure who he is precisely, but
How do you was he like leave messages for you or is he
yes.
contact you? Okay. Um, how does that work? I've always been kind of curious.
Well, I'm sure that you're familiar with something like dead drops.
Yeah.
Yes. Messages are dropped for us, or we are told to meet in a certain location, and we meet there,
Oh,
or we
so
go
you met
there.
him? Oh, okay.
I have not met him myself, no, but we go there and we meet with either a courier or sometimes the message is just left, but never the same person if we meet with anybody.
Okay. Do they go by like a secret name or something?
I simply know him as S.
S. Okay. So these are where you get your targets from?
But this is what he provides us with. Yes, he lets us know when a target is coming up. Um, how he knows of them or finds of them, I do not know. But
Okay. He might be some kind of insider in the shipping business,
well,
possibly.
that would make sense. Completely plausible. It's a more cutthroat business than this sometimes.
Oh, I can understand. I can understand. Being a trader myself, I can understand that.
Certainly.
Um, we do have a favor. One of the reasons why I pulled you out here. Um, Rowan and I were talking, and um, we were asking. Hopefully, you can keep your men calm. We don't want anybody hurt. You know, any more than needed. So if you would do us that favor, that would be greatly appreciated. Um, just
Well,
to,
when one encounters someone who's more skilled than them, it's not in my interest to die.
oh, yeah, I can understand that. I don't like dying either. Um, it's
Um,
not a good time.
Baradad is the only one that you may have issues with, but
I'm gonna say that's the Dragonborn, most probably.
yes, he
Okay.
fancies himself the Black Death.
Ah, okay. That's a nice name. It's a good fearful name for a Dragonborn.
We need
It
a cool name
is.
like that for ours.
He's he was pretty lethal in combat, but it's interesting seeing him subdued in such a way. I'm not sure if his pride will be injured by it or if he'll be vengeful of it. I do not know. I'm at this point I don't feel it's my concern either.
Yeah. No, I can very much appreciate self-concern in this kind of situation.
Um, so
But that's why we wanted to talk to you one on one. Is to learn a little bit about your group and ask for your help in that to
Oh, of course. As I stated yesterday, I didn't wish to see any more loss of life, so I felt it necessary for us to cease hostilities. And although the arrangements up to this point have not been entirely hospitable, that's to be understood.
Yeah, we figured you would understand our position here to where, you did have quite a few gentlemen that we do have with us. So we have to take extra precautions at some point,
Yes,
especially with your dragonborn.
I was surprised that many of the forward group was still alive, considering the camp.
Yes, yes. Um, we only do what we have to at some points.
I understand.
Do you who was your companion that left that ran? Um,
Um, I mean, she was a um, local ranger who had signed on with us. Eva was her name.
do you
I'm
do you think
sure
she
she
just left us?
I'm sure she's disappeared back into the wild.
Okay,
Whether I doubt she would return, but more than likely finding some sort of shelter in the woods to the north of here. I'm sure.
okay. No, that's a good thing. Like I said, we're not interested in we have like interests where we we don't like to take a like if we don't have to, um, but it can happen.
Indeed. Um,
Um, but hopefully, I believe if we make a good day of travel today, we can be um, possibly have you out of those chains.
that would be appreciated. We'll say I'm not sure how fast your horses can travel, but I would assume we only took about an hour, 2 hours
Yeah,
before.
just a couple hours, so
Oh,
it could be today, it could be tomorrow, depending on
well, I will prepare my men for tomorrow.
that. We would appreciate that,
Of course.
and we're glad that you're able to work with us a little on this.
Well, I'm fairly certain of what awaits us. And I believe that's far more palatable than the sharp edge of a sword.
Agreed. Um, and it looks like Rith here is assisting your men in relieving themselves, and feel free to take advantage of that if you'd
Much
like.
appreciated. Thank you.
Um, and
And
Rowan, did you?
breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. Yes, we will. We will take care of some breakfast.
Yes,
Um,
your large friend indicated he was going to be collecting food. As I told him, we're not particularly picky. Like I said, given the situation, but would certainly like to make sure that my men can stay at least marginally well fed.
we can do that.
Thank you.
I could tell you were a businessman.
Well, uh, it takes a level head sometimes to lead a group of brigands such as these, and I'm travelers that go by, merchants. I mean, if you can make yourself seem imposing enough, then most of the time situations can be resolved without bloodshed. Um, Fortunately, some of the company that we had keeping with us that was supplied to us, it was unavoidable at certain times. They do relish in battle, but you've I presume you killed the ones at the ambush and you killed the ones in the camp, so that shouldn't be a concern.
So were the bigger ones.
The
They weren't.
ogres.
Yes, they were supplied to you.
Yes, yes, those were not my men. No, I prefer slightly more competent company.
Okay.
They're difficult to control.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Um, I don't think I have any more questions. Rowan, do you have anything you'd like to add? Or
So like while I was listening to this whole conversation, I heard a lot of names thrown out, but I didn't seem to catch yours.
Oh, my name is Ursu.
Well, I mean, it's nice to meet you. Just wish it was under different circumstances.
Indeed, you are most correct. I would prefer it in such a way as well. A tavern with some nice roast mutton and some wine would be maybe some roast potatoes, some greens. That would be quite nice.
Yeah, it would
All
be
right.
good right about now.
But it was nice to wake up not dead. So,
it's always a good feeling.
indeed.
Definitely enjoyed waking up not dead as well.
Although I think that's a bit redundant. Just so just waking up is sufficient to say not dead.
Yeah.
Ah,
Either way, that's how much I enjoyed it. Thought I'd say it twice. I can go back and tell people I survived the Black Death.
you can at that. Would make an interesting story, I'm sure, in whatever tavern you frequent.
All right, Ursu. Um, we'll take you back to the wagons now, so you can address your men and women.
Thank you.
And hopefully we can make this as comfortable as possible.
I appreciate it. Much more preferable to our interaction yesterday. I appreciate your change of hospitality.
Okay, and we'll
He'll
lead him
stand
back.
up and kind of bow. Lady Lilith, Rowan, and he will.
I'll lead him to the back of the wagon so he can speak with his
Okay.
thralls.
All right.
Once,
And Rith, you're just leading people, right?
Yep,
You'll
that's all I'm doing. I'm just
you'll have
leading
no
them.
issues. So
Okay.
once he's back at the wagon and like taken care of or whatever, then I'll show Lady Lilith something that I attained at the camp, and I'll just be like, "So I found this," and I'll open this piece of paper and I'll show it to her, and it says, "I, comma, there will be shipments coming north, worth a lot. Included symbols to look for, and it says, do not disappoint. S."
Ooh,
It's
so that confirms the story.
right.
This is definitely good information. So I have a feeling when we do return these gentlemen that we may be sent on another mission to find out who this S is if they don't already know.
Possibly.
So where did you find this?
It was in the tent with the big tent.
Oh. So you did find more stuff in there.
A paper. I mean, I was just gonna give it to the guy when we got back. Hey, here's who you're looking for.
That actually might be worth more money also. Because they just think that these bandits are doing it by themselves. If we can give them extra information like this, that's why I wanted to ask also. Then it may be worth more money to us. So we might be able to use that.
Okay.
All right. And I'm gonna go to the back of the wagon and kind of help facilitate the help Rith a little bit,
right.
facilitate a little bit.
Just kind of he's finishing up with everybody, so they're kind of loading back into the wagon. The ones that he's loaded back in, I'm guessing, Rith, you're kind of taking one at a time and unsecuring and securing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. So, all right. So by the time you're getting back, he's kind of wrapping up with the last one or two, including Ursu, since you were letting him go and letting him use any facilities that are in the woods as well. So, Rith, as you're finishing up, Lady Lilith comes over and offers a hand.
You got this taken care of, Rith?
Yep. Not much
right.
left. Feed them. Water.
They're plants now.
I think Kerr is actually working on the feeding part. Let's see.
Okay.
I mean, I
And-
don't have much else beyond that.
Right.
So,
Okay. So,
me,
Kerr,
just-
were you foraging then? You said you were checking your trap, right?
Yeah, I'm going to check my trap, and I
Okay.
can forage for up to 5 people, so I'm going to be casting Goodberry.
Okay. Okay. So, you go foraging, and you'll find random berries and nuts. Some. Make a survival check. See what else you might find out there.
You do.
So yeah, you go foraging out there. You find some berries, some nuts. You do manage to find like a couple of sweet potatoes that seem to be decent sized, just kind of growing out there, as well as some mushrooms that you know would be edible as well. So you find a decent amount of food that would tide you over. So you check your trap as well, and you do find that it did catch a rabbit. Just due to the size of the trap, you can kind of assume that it died instantly from
Okay.
it. So, but yeah, you did find one.
All right. Yeah. I'll cast the spell a couple times to make sure I have enough to feed every prisoner.
Okay, so you guys
Okay.
captured total of I think there were 7 people altogether because you had Ursu, Baradad from the camp. Everybody else died. And then you had the 5 from the initial fight, and then the 5 of you. So a total of 12 people.
Okay. First casting. Hey, that's half. That's not bad.
Okay. So,
that's one more
I mean,
than half.
you have with that you have enough
Potatoes
food.
and- yeah.
Let's say you have enough food for everybody to eat at breakfast, and I mean your prisoners will be taken care of for the day if you give them the good berries. But
I'll give them the Goodberries.
okay. So you spend time cooking the rest of the food for yourself?
Yeah, I'll come in and be like, I found some sweet potatoes and I caught a rabbit. I'll get to cooking them here in a moment. And I'll go over and be like, I have I found some berries for you guys. I hope it's enough. I'll just hand over the good berries.
Okay. Percy will take them and say, I see there's enough for each of us to have one.
Yep.
Don't
You'll
worry.
you'll be
I'm
you'll get
flexible
fed
there.
throughout the day. You'll be good.
Yeah.
This is just
One
all I can
will
find at the moment.
one will actually fill you. Go ahead and try one, Urshu.
Very well. And he will take a bite and just chew it up. That is peculiar. Tastes amazing. Much like a mulberry. Wow. It's an interesting sensation. I've not quite experienced anything like this. Well, very well. And he will hand them out to his men. And kind of look down at Bear Dad, who's like shackled and muzzled, and it's like, um, I think you'll be okay right now, friend. We'll get to you in a little bit. He thrashes around a little bit, and like it's kind of funny because he's just kind of sitting on like his stomach, and then he's on his side and can't really get anywhere. So
And I'll nod to Ursu and
I think it's best. So thank you though. This was unique.
Yeah.
Unique experience.
It can be, I suppose.
All right.
Right. Well, and I'll just kind of like walk away.
Right. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah.
my bovine friend is quite talented.
Ugh. I'm not a cow.
He does have that appearance. I didn't want to say anything to offend him. But
Again, you mean? You did yell it out in the middle of battle.
yes, that was a different circumstance, I'll say. One I'm regretful of, to be sure. So he will pass out the rest of them, and he's still holding onto one, and just kind of sets it down beside him and waits. So Kerr, you're going to clean up the food and cook?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything during the morning?
I'll take my water skin and help them get at least a few swallows out of it.
Okay. And you guys are kind of near a stream, so are you planning on just like getting water for people as well, Kerr, or just drinking from the stream, or
I have a water skin I could fill up, but I don't have any other way to transport any
Okay.
more than
very well. So you help them get some water as well. With your guys' water skins, you can easily take care of that. So
Yeah,
I think they hold about a half gallon of water.
give
So
them enough to drink, and then I'll go fill my skin up back
okay.
up.
All right. All right. Anything for Kovac in the morning? All right. So, Kurt, you'll go ahead and cook up the food. All in all, I mean, everything probably takes you guys about hour and a half to kind of get everything set up, eat, get things cleaned up, and um, be ready to go in the morning if you wish.
Okay.
So, all right.
Oh.
All right. So, you guys start getting everything ready. The one thing you'll notice as well as you're getting everything ready is that temperature's kind of a little bit warmer this morning, a bit humid as well. So feels like it could be fairly warm today. Looks like there's clouds in the distance as well, kind of closing in. So
See how bad it's going to be. Sorry. Sorry.
what are you gonna do?
I'd like to see how bad it's going to be. Cast a little
Okay.
Druidcraft.
All right. It's gonna rain like heavy.
Okay.
So it'll be warm too, probably. Not like middle of the summer warm, but it'll be warm. But I mean, you know that with the warmer weather means that rain isn't necessarily as cold. It'll just be heavy. So visibility might be a little bit difficult at points.
Okay.
All right. So you guys get started on your day.
Yes.
All right. You guys get all the wagons loaded up, start heading out, and as you're getting the last of the wagons packed up, horses ready to go, you start feeling some drops of rain come down, and then they start coming down pretty consistently. Yeah, you won't have a problem getting some water that way. So anybody who's outside, you're going to get pretty wet this morning. So,
If
but
you're thirsty, pretend you're a turkey.
so you guys can go ahead and who in each wagon would like to make perception check for that wagon?
I will do it for our wagon.
Okay, go ahead and give me one. Okay. 17 and 14. As you start out in the morning, the rain does start coming down quite heavily. It does make it a little bit difficult to kind of see off in the distance. Kerr, you're having to pay a little bit more attention to the road. The horses are trying their best, but if you want to go ahead and who's driving wagons?
Well, I've been doing it
Right.
through just conversation, so
Okay.
I guess I am.
Okay. And who's driving the second one, Lilith or Kovac?
Kovac.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an animal handling check as you guys are trying to navigate with the heavy rains that are going.
Could I perhaps just talk them through it?
You can try. They're having troubles though.
Okay.
So
Oh, Kovac.
Animal handling it is. Woo! 22.
right. So both of you, after having traveled 2 days north, have become somewhat of a savant when it comes to driving a wagon, it appears. And the horses start to veer a couple of times. So it seems like they're not quite able to see where the road starts to end on the right or the left. Like they start wandering over into the other lane. We're trying to go off on what would constitute a shoulder in the middle of the wilderness. And you manage to direct them back. Doesn't manage to set you back anytime, so you make good time. And you manage to break for lunch. Find a nice patch of trees that you can kind of park everything under, give yourself a little bit of relief from some of the rain. So you guys are able to break for lunch. Anything you guys wish to do during that time frame?
No, not specifically.
Okay. Rith?
No, I don't have anything that specific that I'm doing.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not able to tell if you're shaking your head at me.
Yeah, sorry.
So-
I'll be a little more vocal on that
That's
one.
fine. That's fine. I'll just confirm if I need to. That's fine. So, you guys will get back on the road, and after getting the horses some food with the rains that are coming down, I mean they're able to kind of get some water for themselves, but You guys get back on the road and continue your travel. The rains don't seem to let up at all during this particular day. So go ahead and make another perception check, the two of you. The animal handling checks are fine for the day. So 19, no, 24 and 21. Nice. So you manage to keep an eye on the road pretty well. Don't really see anything off in the distance or anything. Curry, you think at one point you kind of look off into the woods a little bit, and you thought you spotted like a red bird kind of trailing your path a little bit, just off into the wooded area where a little bit more protected from rain, a little so, but doesn't seem to necessarily be keeping up with you guys as well. So,
Right. Okay.
It's been following for 10 minutes.
That's right. 10 minutes, man. It's a long time. So, you guys managed to make your way, and probably about, you'd assume in between like 4 and 5 in the afternoon, more than likely. You guys can try to keep going if you like.
Oh, that's the horses. Be like, think you guys can push on just a little bit further?
They'll just kind of kind of shake their manes, and you see water coming right off of everything. So
Is that an affirmative or a no? Okay.
all right.
All right.
Just go ahead and make a survival check if you want to find a place to camp on the way
Oh.
back.
Alrighty.
Oh.
16. Okay, not bad. Takes you a little bit of time once the horses say that they're ready to stop. The rains are making it hard to find a suitable location that would kind of shelter the wagons and you guys from everything. And probably takes you about another 45 minutes or so to find an adequate location. And then you finally find one, pull off, and you don't pull too far off the road because you're not sure how well all the muddy dirt and everything would impact the tires and everything like that. So
Right.
you just kind of stop along the side and travel. You find a suitable set of trees that would kind of protect you guys, maybe 30, 40 yards off the road. So,
Okay.
all right. You guys going to go ahead and set up camp then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Walk to the back of the wagon.
All right.
Bathroom.
Yes, please.
I'll start taking them.
All right.
I'll give Rith a hand.
Okay.
Respectfully.
Okay. Is that just like a really polite clap, or what? Is it
Yeah.
just...
I'm not gonna watch when they go to the bathroom, but
That's fine.
I'll help escort.
Yep. All right. So Ursu will kind of look at you and say, I don't know if it's necessarily a favor, but a request to make of you.
Speak.
Well, your rather large friend gave us some berries this morning that seem to do pretty well as far as food and whatnot for the day. And, well, you've met my acquaintance who is similar in nature to you. A little concerned to take off the muzzle that you fashioned for him in order to give him the food, and was wondering if maybe your presence might help keep him from doing anything stupid.
Sure.
Very good. I would appreciate your assistance once all the rest of my men are taken care of.
Will do.
Okay. So, two of you will help the captives. Anything for the other three?
I'd like to give Trevelyan my best bird call to see if I can get him to come over if he's in earshot.
Okay. Go ahead and make you're just calling out for him?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and just make a persuasion check at advantage. 9. Okay.
16.
16? Oh,
Yeah.
the persuasion, right?
Uh-huh.
That was your survival on
Oh.
the other one.
That's
So-
weird. Okie doke.
Yeah, because you rolled like a 2 and an 8, I think. Yeah. All right. So you attempt to call out to him. Doesn't seem to do too well using just like kind of speaking or calling to him. You can make a perception check and see if you spot him anywhere. That was almost good. You don't see him in the immediate vicinity. There is still a fair amount of rain, so kind of hard to make out things in the distance.
I'll just take a little bit of the salted venison and like leave it on top of one of the carts so it could be easily seen if he ever
okay.
pass by.
Okay. Leaving some food out for him.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to like set the big tin up in a fashion like I don't know if like maybe stretching it between the two wagons or whatever, but try to put like a covering in case we wanted to build a fire so that the rain doesn't instantly put it out.
Okay. Just trying to make an improvised larger shelter for yourself.
Yeah, kind of. Just to, like I said, just kind of try to block a fire from rain so we can try to build a fire.
Okay. Go ahead and do a survival check then.
Would you like some help?
It's up to you, I guess.
I will help you and give you advantage.
Go for it.
You don't have faith in me?
I have plenty.
Whoa.
Did
A 22. Nice. So, yeah, you managed to. You start to do some stuff, and Kerr gives you his opinions on how to do kind of the best lean-to and improvised shelter. I mean, you've seen him do it before, so when he starts to make suggestions, you're like, yeah, I know. Tie that there, put it here, make sure you angle for the wind, and you're like, you've got this. You do a pretty bang-up job.
When I
Okay.
get done, I'm just like,
You didn't really need the help. Okay. And I'm just gonna like walk off.
no, you helped a lot.
Okay. Anything for the remaining for Kovac? No. Okay. All right. You guys keeping same watch type schedule? Okay. Keeping an eye on the wagons as well as in camp.
Yes.
All right. And first watch was Kovac in camp, and then Rowan, were you taking first bandit watch? Is that what you had? No, Kerr, you were second one, I think.
Yep. Second.
Or was that Lilith first?
I don't remember, to be honest. It does.
I think it might have been Lilith first. Because I think, Rowan,
Yeah,
you
I
might have been with. Yeah. All right.
I'll
We'll
take
go with
her.
that. Yeah, we'll go with that. So, all right. The two of you want to go ahead and make perception checks for the evening. Okay. Lilith, you're kind of keeping an eye on the wagons. Doesn't really seem like anything's going on in there. It's pretty dark tonight, so with all the rain and everything, you don't really have a moon. You do have a fire that's kind of slowly burning down where you guys have an improvised shelter, but it's kind of difficult to make it out. Kovac, again, it's rainy, no light really, so everything's kind of in grayscale for you, but don't really notice anything except for seems to be a figure on top of one of the wagons, small little bird. Kind of
Bird look
lands.
familiar.
You can't really make out color, but make an intelligence check. Yeah, looks like a small falcon. It looks similar in shape to the one you'd seen on your way up. Without the light, it's kind of hard to see coloring, so you're not 100% sure, but it seems to be snacking on something on top of the canvas up there.
Okay.
So as you finish watching it, eats the food, or just grabs it and kind of flies off and lands on a branch about almost right at the edge of your no, not the edge of your dark vision, probably about 20 yards out. So,
Okay.
kind of halfway between the wagons and where you guys are. So, but all right. But other than that, your watch goes pretty uneventful. Lilith, you can wake up Kerr if you'd like.
I'll like go up to him and flick his ear.
I just pop one eye open and give a bit of a glare.
Hey, it's your turn.
Right. Okay. Now I'll go take the same position I did last time.
Okay.
Pull out another bottle.
Good. All right. Find your position and you're just sitting there. So, Kovac and Kerr, go ahead and make another perception check.
All 11.
Well, Kovac, I'll say you're probably distracted by the book that you're reading at this point. You've gotten to some pretty interesting parts, and you're just kind of diving into it. I mean, what do you need to worry? The last couple nights you've had watch have all been pretty peaceful, so you can probably be a little slack tonight. It's kind of boring anyhow, keeping watch night after night. Not as interesting as your book. So,
Be true.
and Kerr, yeah, I mean, you're about as observant as you can with the bottle of whiskey in your hand.
Right.
I'll say as the night's going on, you do, with your, as you start to become slightly inebriated, your muted passive perception will hear the slight, in the distance, a little bird call.
Okay. I'll give him a cheers and then take another swig.
All right. Other than that, your night goes by without any kind of issue. So you guys can, whoever wants to wake Rowan up can do so for that watch.
I'll like stumble over and reach down and be like, hey, you want a drink? Huh? It's good shit.
What?
Good shit.
No.
Huh? Huh?
His breath is strong with alcohol right
Oh,
now
God.
too.
Oh, God, it burns my nose just you breathing on me.
Then get revenge, and I'll just kind of shove the bottle towards him.
I stand up and I just kind of push him a little bit to see if he topples over.
Make an X check.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh.
20.
Yeah. You want to give me another one for the disadvantage.
Okay. Six.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, he slightly pushes you, and your equilibrium just goes completely off, and just. But you don't drop the bottle,
That's good. That's alcohol abuse.
right?
Just kind of
So-
tap,
Okay.
just kind of tap him as I walk by. Stay there, big guy.
Okay. And I'll just kind of like scoop up some mud.
How he styles his hair. All right, Rowan, go ahead and give me a perception check for year ago here. 20. Nice. All right, yeah. Fairly uneventful. As you're keeping watch, you notice that the winds are starting to pick up as your night goes on. Rain is still coming down pretty heavy, and maybe picking up a little bit more. So you do notice there is a small bird sitting in the tree, though, about 10 yards away from you. Just kind of nestled back against the trunk, kind of staying out of the rain as much as possible.
Just like, hey, bird.
It doesn't respond. It seems to be sleeping.
Just keep watching my watch.
Okay. Aside from the uptick in weather, it is fairly uneventful for you as well.
Good.
You can get Rith.
Oh, God. All right, I just go wake him up normal. Hey, buddy, it's your watch.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, no.
All right, I wake up.
Whew.
You're safe this time.
Yes. Finally.
All right. Rith, when you wake up, it is noticeably more windy than when you went to bed. You guys are kind of in a covering of trees, but at this point, the water's kind of shaking off some of the leaves here and there, dripping on you as you wake up. It's still kind of dry where you're at, but it's getting a little wetter.
Okay, I'll go check on the prisoners then, see how they're looking.
Okay. Well, the wagon's a canvas covered wagon, so it seems to be treated with like wax and whatnot to kind of keep it from being absorbing too much water. So the canopy seems to be pretty dry. There is some water on the inside that's kind of gathering in spots. The uh, the water kind of rocks back and forth a little bit, and it seems to like the dragonborn that you guys have tied up and kind of sitting on the ground occasionally, and as the water comes slushing back towards him.
I just look at him and glare. All right, if they all look fine, then I'll just leave them be. And
Okay.
how's Kerr look? Is he passed out?
Oh yeah. bottle in his hand, sleeping on a chunk of mud.
All right, I won't get a blanket to him then this time since it's wet and muddy.
Yep.
All right, I'll just do my watch then.
Okay.
If we had a fire still going, I'll keep it going. Otherwise, if not, I won't worry about it.
Okay. I mean, you guys did have the tent kind of set up to shelter you guys for the most part in the wagons, so there is a fire that's kind of slowly. It's got some embers left to it, so you can stoke it up a little bit if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll stoke it up since this is the
All
last
right.
watch.
No, okay. You get the fire going a little bit, so wind's blowing it around a bit. Takes you a little bit of time to kind of get it to a point where it's going to keep going, you think, but you get it there.
Okay.
So, all right, go ahead and give me a perception check for your watch. 6. Yeah,
Right.
it's real windy. It's real rainy. This sucks.
It does.
So, but all right, your watch goes by uneventfully. Otherwise, it's just the weather keeps going.
All right.
So,
I'll wake up those that need to be woken up as the time comes up.
yep. All right, so you guys wake up. Kerr, you've got your normal, wonderful wake up hangover a little bit there from whiskey, but it's noticeably wetter around you though. As all of you wake up, I mean, Rowan, you were noticing this as you were having your watch, but Lilith and Kovac and Kerr, it's much windier than it was the day before, and the rain has picked up. So travel's going to be pretty difficult for the day. Although Kerr, with your Explorer feature, you do know that probably maybe a half a day. You think 4 to 5 hours
Okay.
from Arabel would be your guess under normal circumstances.
Right.
With the rains today, it's probably going to take a little bit more work from you and Kovac to get the wagons through everything. But
Okay.
all right, anything you guys are doing in the morning while you're
Oh,
getting ready?
I will probably cast Goodberry a couple more times to.
Get everybody some food.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Here.
Ooh, it's a good start. 12 exactly. You have enough for everybody, my man.
Awesome. Soup's on. I just had everybody a berry.
Rith, man.
Tired of these berries.
Sorry.
I'll probably be working on taking my little tent shelter thing down.
Sure. As you get the berries ready for everybody and hand them out, you do hear a familiar bird call Kerr from up in the tree as Trevelyan kind of moves out from one of the branches, shakes his feathers free of any kind of water that's there, and just kind of stares at you for a moment.
I'll give a wave and I'll open up the venison and get them off a little chunk and just kind of hold it up.
All right. He'll kind of fly down and just perch right on your forearm there and take it from you.
Morning. Yeah,
Kind of shakes as you guys are in the rain.
under the canvas, you'll keep dry if you want.
He looks around,
I'll,
unsure if okay.
I'll point to the wagons.
Okay. Kind of fly over there and
Ew. Erd?
Lilith, Trevelyan, Trevelyan, Lilith.
shakes and preens at his feathers a little bit and just kind of finds a spot to perch and just sits there.
Ugh.
So, how bad is the weather going to be? I'll do my little forecasting.
Gonna be heavy rains today, worse than it was yesterday. So doesn't really seem to be show any signs of letting up
Okay,
throughout today either.
I will use that for spell track.
Okay. So you guys get the wagon set up, everything ready to go. Right? Nothing else you guys want to do during the day, correct? Okay.
As we're driving, I'll talk to Kovac and I'll say, hey, I forgot to tell you yesterday, but the conversation I had with when we pulled the leader out, I cast Charm Person on him, and he told me that they were given basically travel schedules by someone with the initial S. So we may have more work.
Okay.
And then
Well, that's
Rowan
good to
showed me
know.
a paper, a letter he had found from this S confirming it. So I know it's true. And I told
Well, that'll
Rowan
be good information to pass on then.
it might be a good bargain to be able to get this extra information to him.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to sit and shiver in the rain.
It's still, I mean, it's actually pretty warm today, probably mid to high 80s. You're just really wet.
Yeah.
So with the wind, it probably feels a little cooler, but it's still, at least it's a warm day, is the kind of the only consolation you get from traveling in these conditions. So, um, Kovac and Kerr, go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh.
Nice.
All right.
60.
Yeah. So you guys keep the wagons going pretty well. You do have to slow your pace down in order to make sure that everything is going as swimmingly as it is. So with noticing how bad the roadway is getting with all the rain and the wind.
So no pun intended. Swimmingly.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a couple seahorses that you're driving. So you managed to make the trip. Not, it doesn't slow you down to half speed necessarily, but about 3/4. So you guys break for lunch, and then Curry, you kind of know that with the remainder travel that you have, you'll probably make it back hour and a half, 2 hours after lunch.
Okay. About when would we be passing the farms? The families, you know.
You guys are right around lunchtime. You're getting close to them. So I mean, you have a feeling they're probably, when you start feeling like it is about time to stop and eat, you think another 15 minutes or so
Okay.
would be get you to the Doi farm.
The Doy Farm?
Yep.
Okay. Do you guys think you're going to need me for the rest of the day?
Mm,
You have okay. So when you stop me for lunch, you're asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I have something I need to do.
Okay, if I guess Rowan could drive the other cart, or Rith, maybe.
We could try.
Do you?
Rith got this.
You say Rith has got this.
Rith got this. Yep.
You're
Are you
okay,
sure?
guy.
Okay.
If
I
you
will
gotta do something, we're all for it.
see. I will see you tomorrow.
Do you want us to wait to meet with Iglar?
I don't think
Till
I
you get
have.
back?
I don't think I'd have anything to contribute to any conversation or information there. So no, should be okay without me.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
be safe. Whatever you're doing.
It'll be beneficial. I promise.
Okay.
Rith will walk up to the front horse and good horsey.
Oh no.
Maybe could you talk to the horses
Yeah.
before you go, Kurt?
Rith,
Right.
friend of horsey. Horsey, follow Rith orders.
Hey, Milky Silver, he's going to be at the race today. Just a
Okay.
just a little while from home, so you know.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check at advantage, Rith.
All right.
Nothing can go wrong here.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
okay.
great.
Oh. Oh.
It's not too bad. Yeah. Well,
See, I've been watching. You know?
right. Yeah.
Gotta talk to them first.
I've been watching too, but I'm out of apples.
Tarts, right? Got no more tarts. So Kirk comes up and you're telling him, "Good horsey, follow orders." And they're kind of like looking at you. They kind of see Kirk come over. He gives a little pep talk. And they just kind of shake their head up and down and to the side, and they accept your pets, basically, your strokes.
All right, I believe you have this, Riz. Also, yeah, you got it. See you later.
Kerr. I pat Kerr on the back.
If you need anything, just call Kovac on your rock phone.
What's a phone?
Oh yeah. Last time I used this, nothing happened.
What do you mean nothing happened?
Well, I asked if anyone was there, and if like where I needed to go, and I got no response. So I think I just have a rock, and someone has the other one.
Yeah,
That's
I've
fine.
got the other one.
The other of it.
You can only send one message per day, so I make sure it counts.
Got it. Okay.
Keep it brief.
Okay. Right. See ya. I guess it goes the same way if you need me.
We'll call you.
All right. So you guys get back into the wagons after lunch then and continue south?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, Rith, with your animal handling check, the horses seem to do pretty well. So you don't lose any time with Rith taking over the reins. And in about 2 hours or so, you guys roll into get close to Arabel, you can see the Eastwatch Inn kind of appears over the horizon. It looks a little bit muted through all the rain that's coming down, but you do spot it. And to the left of you guys, as you're coming in, you can see the Thousand Heads trading coster that's over there as well, where you guys began this trip.
That's where we're heading.
All right. So you guys bring the horses up to the kind of where the main building is, ending up on the outskirts here, right where kind of the road stops, and there's some warehouse areas behind, and a couple of the stable hands that they have on hand as well come out and take control of the horses for you guys as you guys are getting set up. They unhook them and then kind of escort them into the stables right away, just to kind of get them out of the rain. And they come up and just kind of direct you over towards the office area where you guys are off. It's probably like 15 yards away.
Keep an eye on the guys in the back of the.
Someone's okay, hold on a second here. We'll get someone who can keep an eye on them for you, all right?
That would be great.
Okay. And they will go off into the stables. See one guy come out as the other ones are getting the horses situated. Run into a different building. It's kind of an offshoot of the office, and go in there. And a couple moments later, you see a couple of armed individuals come out of the building and come out and say, you need us to watch someone?
Yes. We have captives in the back of the wagons. Unless they're hostile, just watch them.
They look a little bit confused first, like, oh, okay. You got it. And they
then
will
go to the office.
Okay.
Rich
The
stay.
Rith stays there. Okay.
Yep.
You keep an eye on the wagons as well.
Yep.
All right. Rowan and Kovac.
I'm going in the
Yeah,
office.
I'm gonna stay.
Okay. Rowan, what'd you say?
Office.
Office. All right. So Lady Lilith and Rowan, you guys head into the office while your other two compatriots stay out. Come inside, and there's a fire going in the fireplace off to the side.
Oh, I'm headed straight there.
Sorry. There's a guy behind the counter and sees you come in. Lilith, is that right?
Lady Lilith.
Lady Lilith and Ronan?
Close enough.
Ronan. Okay. You're back. Seem to be well, I'm not exactly sure what your schedule was necessarily, but did you need me to summon Mr. Aguilar?
Yes, please.
Very well. And do you have any goods that we need to store in the warehouse?
We'll take care of that after Master Aguilar gets here.
Very well. Anything else in the wagon that needs to be addressed?
We do have captives.
Okay.
I didn't catch your name.
I'm sorry, my name is Tristan.
Okay. Tristan. We do have captives, but we already have guards stationed out there. And we have a few of our men out there also. So that's
Oh, very well. Okay. Well, would you like us to bring those into the warehouse so they're out of the rain?
that would be preferable.
Okay. We'll take care of that. Kind of look to please go get a couple of extra men and we'll get those wagons taken into warehouse 1. We should have plenty of room in it. So
And last we were here, um, I was talking to a gentleman. I can't remember his name. It started with an S. I remember that. Um, it's just it's I just can't remember what his name was.
An S
An S.
in the office here.
It was here at the trading coster.
Well, we might have. Let me think. He pulls out like a notebook and kind of looks through it for a moment. S S S. We have a couple stable hands that name begins with S. Well, we have Stan was one, and then I think he just goes by Smith is what most people call him.
And he's also a stable hand.
Yeah, they're stable hands.
Okay, maybe that's
Unless
where
you
I
were
met him.
okay, it's possible.
Unless I was what? I'm sorry.
Well, those are the only two that I have on my roster here.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
did you
it
need to
might have.
talk to either one of them?
No, I think we just had a good conversation, and
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't catch his name at the time.
Nothing troublesome.
No.
Okay. Just we like to make sure that all of our employees treat our guests and our compatriots with respect and dignity that they deserve, and befitting of the Thousand Heads Trading Coster name.
We do appreciate that, and
Good.
we do appreciate you getting our companions out of the rain. Also,
Of course. Would you care for anything to drink while you wait?
well, anything warm would be
Warm.
perfect. I'm
Very well.
so
I can have some tea made ready if you'd like, or some mulled wine.
wine.
Very well.
Sounds good.
Okay. And for you, sir,
Tea.
tea. Very well. Would you prefer any honey?
Sure.
Okay. And your compatriots outside.
Yeah, if you could send them some tea, also,
Very well. I
that would be
will
great.
have someone take something to them.
I'm sure Rith will love that.
That's why I said tea.
You know,
All right. So he'll
uh,
he'll direct you to a basically like a sitting room that they have where people will wait. It's got some nice padded benches in there where you guys can sit. There is a separate fireplace in this one, tables, as well as some uh, like local newsprint that's kind of around.
I'll
So
situate myself over by the fire to try to dry out.
sure. So you guys are sitting there waiting. They come by a little bit later, probably about 5-10 minutes later with your drinks. Kovac, Rith, as you guys are out in the warehouse, just kind of looking over things as after they get everybody pulled in, and you see someone kind of come trotting out carrying a tray with a cover on it, and open it up, and there's some steaming beverages coming off there. Hot beverages for you, courtesy of your friends inside.
Much appreciated. Pretty bad out here.
Yeah, this rolled in yesterday and just hasn't stopped. So hopefully we'll get a respite here soon.
Rez will pick it up and sniff at it.
It's it's got a sweet smell to it, but also herbal.
I'll look at him. Mead?
It's tea. It has honey inside of it though.
No, mead.
Dicky's
Oh.
requesting mead.
Okay. Of course I can have a cup poured for you, and he'll hold the tray out for you to put the cup back.
I'll drink it and hand the cup back to him.
It's hot, so
That's all right.
he'll say, "Oh, very well. I'll be back with a taker to meet with for you. Anything else for you, sir?" No. Okay. He will disappear, come back a little bit later, pass off a mead to you, Rith.
Look at him. Meat.
Yes, we do have some meats available. Do you have a preference?
Mm, pork.
Okay, we do have a boar that we have some salted boar that came in. If you'd like that,
Yes.
very well. Anything else?
Good.
Fabulous. He will trot off. Come back a little bit later, and he brings a generous helping of salted boar for you.
I like it, Kovac. Some?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Ah. I started eating.
Okay.
Damn berries.
Ah,
So you guys are sitting there. You are waiting for probably hour and a half before Iglar finally makes his way in. Um, Comes in, you hear kind of some muted voices from up front, and then shortly thereafter, the sitting room that you guys are in, the door opens, and Tristan comes in and says, Mr. Iglar is here for you. And kind of comes in, shakes himself off a little bit. Whew, my goodness. Quite the weather conditions we have out there. Sorry it took me as long as it did to get here. I had to finish a brief meeting, but I am pleased to see you back so quickly.
We are happy to be back,
Very well.
especially considering the weather. It's horrible.
It is. I'm surprised you made it back as quickly as you did. Was it not as bad up further north?
Oh no, it's just as bad. We just had some really good animal handling checks.
I'm not sure exactly. I mean,
Minus
so
one.
the teams, people driving your horses did well.
Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly what I meant.
Let's say I would assume your larger friends seem fairly comfortable with the wildlife, so I'm hoping it went well for him as well.
Yes, oh yes.
Your other three companions, are they everything's okay with them, I hope?
Yes. We have two of them in warehouse one, I was told,
Okay.
to help guard the captives that we took.
Oh, so you were able to return some of them alive.
Yes, including the leader,
Fabulous.
alive.
Fabulous. That is excellent news. I am quite pleased to hear that. I did send word for Lord Hiltred to make his way here as well. I would assume he'll be joining us shortly, uh, assuming nothing has detained him or in need of his presence. But you said Warehouse 1.
Yes,
Well, I suggest we go there and wait for him then.
we can do that. And I can
Fabulous.
tell you along the way what we've found.
Well, in the interest of not having you necessarily repeat yourself, how about we wait for Lord Hiltred to get here? I'm sure
Sounds fair.
and just in case he may have some questions, which might spark some questions from me as well. But I'm very pleased to hear that everything went well and you were able to make good time back. Well, let's go check on the shipments. Uh, Tristan, well, can you have one of your bookkeepers come out as well? And just in case we need to take inventory of anything, I want to make sure that everything is accounted for precisely, and then let Lord Hiltred know where we are. Of course, sir. I will send someone right away for you. Fabulous. Say, after you. And he will follow the two of you uh, as you guys are getting close to the back exit out of the office. A smaller kind of squat man just kind of comes running down the hall, carrying a ledger. He says, I understand you were requesting a bookkeeper, sir, to come out. Yes, please follow us, good sir. And the four of you will head out towards the warehouse. Anything for? I'm assuming Kovac and Rith, you guys are just sitting there waiting.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I
So-
mean, I'll probably pull out one of the other swords and kind of just work on it a little bit.
Oh, just kind of sharpening it up,
Yeah.
getting it ready. Okay. All right. So, take care of you guys for a little bit. Kerr,
Yes.
what did you want to do?
All right. About how far distance wise am I from the Dory farm?
About, I'd say a mile and a half.
Okay. Give me just one moment. I need to look something up real quick. I can do it on here though.
Yeah. If you were stopping when you guys were ready for lunch, you're probably about a mile and a half.
Okay. When I get about half mile from their place,
Mhm.
I'm going to start collecting samples of each different type of plant that I pass, like a leaf from each.
Okay.
And I'm going to scoop up like a handful of the soil and gather it into one of my side pouches as I make my way there.
Okay.
And as I pass through their farm, I'm going to pluck the same thing from everything that they're growing.
Okay.
And since it's horribly raining, I'm going to go knock on their front door.
Okay. So, go knock on the front door. A few minutes pass, and you see Arnold, the father, come up, answers the door. Hello. Oh, I remember you. Well, please come in. It's pouring outside. Please come in. Warm yourself.
Of course. I'll step in and
Say, I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
people call me Kurt.
Very well, Kerr. Okay. What brings you by?
I was wondering if I might spend some time in either your stables or barn. Like 8 hours.
Kill your request, but
It is odd, I know.
might I ask why? I mean, I'm not opposed. I'd just like to know.
I need to perform a ritual to pray to my goddess, and I need something as close to the outdoors as I can, and it's kind of nasty out.
Oh, of course. I'm happy to help. You know what? There's a. You can go into the first barn over there if you'd like. If you don't mind the cows.
I don't mind, and keep like if anyone needs to come through, it won't bother me at all. It won't interrupt anything I'm doing.
No, I mean they'll likely be staying in for the most part, and we'll probably have a little bit of feeding here and there. But I can make sure that any of the farm hands don't disturb you.
Oh, like I said, it won't activity won't disturb me at all.
Okay, of course. Would you care for anything to eat?
No, thank you. I kind of need to fast a bit through this prayer.
Very well.
Thank you.
By all means. Thank you.
Of course. I will stop by when I'm finished.
All right. So you can find your way over to the barn.
Okay, doke.
The cows are moving about, mooing about. They don't really seem to really be disturbed by your presence.
Right. I want to find an open spot somewhere where they can't trample over what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
And I'm going to set up a ritual using everything I've been collecting.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend the next 8 hours casting plant growth.
Plant grow.
Yep, plant growth. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's what you want to do, that will. Let's see here.
It will enrich the land within half a mile of my location for the
Okay.
next year.
Nice. Okay. All right. So for the next 8 hours, you go through your ritual, using the mud and the leaves that you've gathered to, paint any necessary symbols that kind of come to mind. Just kind of letting nature take control of your actions. And at the end, you just kind of lose sense of all time that's going on around you. You just you're going through the movements, the sounds of the cows, any people coming about, just kind of vanishes into the background. And you finish the last symbol, place the last leaf, the mud that you gathered is gone, and there's this warmth that kind of fills you. So the last little vestiges of wetness that was kind of on your hair and on your clothes and whatnot just kind of feels like it warms away, and you can feel that spell kind of just take hold. And with as much time as you've spent in the city, even with like the time that you were traveling north, this is about as connected to nature as you've felt in a while. And it feels really good. Content is probably the best word that you can come across with it. And when you get done, I mean, it's dark outside, but for all intents and purposes, the barn is warm. It's protected from the outside. Um, sure, I mean, there's a little bit of smell in here, but it's just the smell of nature for you. It's nothing unbecoming of it necessarily.
Right.
And if you want, I mean, basically, it's about your time to go to sleep anyhow. So, but yeah.
I will not. I
Okay.
will. If I have any on me, let me see. Nope, I don't. I will just write like in the mud, thanks, and then head out into the woods to find a place to sleep, even in the horrible weather.
Okay. So you're heading outside. You hadn't been outside for, I mean, it's 8 hours, of course, and you're sitting at closer to probably 9, 10 o'clock at night at this point.
Okay.
The rain's kind of died down at this point. There's still some rain coming down, but it's more of a drizzle at this
Okay.
point. And in the distance, you can kind of see where the storm front breaks. So it's not quite as bad as it was when you went in. Wind's died down a lot. It's more nice breeze at this point.
Okay.
So you can
I'll-
find a nice place to stay.
All right. I will do so.
All right. Okay, so back to the other group. You guys wait for about an additional 30 minutes or so. And eventually Lord Hiltred makes his way into Warehouse 1, where you guys are waiting. Walks in. Ah, it's nice to see you all back so soon. Quite expedient in your journey.
We made good time.
So
Considering.
please, let me know what happened.
So when we got there to the spot where the ambushes had been taking place, we actually took the ambushers hostage. We were able to capture 7 of them, actually, including the leader.
Fabulous.
They
Glad you were
had,
able to accomplish that to specifications.
yes. There were only 5 at the ambush point, but we found that they had an encampment further north that we were able to take over, I would say. And that's where we found the leader and the Dragonborn. He was pretty dangerous. So we do have him trussed up pretty well at the moment.
The leader?
No, the Dragonborn is
The
trussed up.
Dragonborn. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he has not been really cooperative. The leader has been cordial. He actually surrendered at the end after we had taken most of his group hostage or killed them.
Well, in my experience, bandits are a cowardly bunch, and when faced with death or capture, they tend to accept the latter.
That's true. And we were able to recover goods from, it looks like multiple ships, multiple shipments of goods from different places. We did find some crates with 1,000 heads on them.
Ah, so the shipment that I was expecting
Most we're guessing.
was sent north. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it was 2 crates of your items.
2 crates. Yes. We were expecting a shipment that was to be delivered. And these crates were intact.
Yes, the lid had been pried off,
Hmm.
but it looked like they had been undisturbed, from what we could tell. The product inside.
Okay. And these other goods, what were you able to determine of those?
There was a. I did notice that there was a winged horse traversing a setting sun on one of the crates.
There was a symbol of a setting, a horse traversing a sun.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that's a. Well, there's a local tavern named the Pegasus that has such a symbol.
And then there's a
And what was the shipment for them?
I don't remember.
Wine and whiskey, or
Oh, it was a lot of
Alcohol. Alcohol. Okay, that would make sense. Yes. And the other
And
one?
there's a shield with a horse-drawn wagon.
Okay. Well, that's probably House Misram. They're another one of the trading costers here, another one of the merchant houses. So they tend to deal in finer goods. And you were able to cover shipments for both of these groups.
Yes.
Very well. He'll look over and you see Tristan's kind of come in with him. Tristan, do you have contacts with both of those, I assume? He'll say, yes, sir, we do. Very well. If you wish to have the goods sent to my manor, I can set up a meeting with them and set up a finder's fee for this group that managed to recover their shipments and save them a great deal of bad publicity, we'll say. Um, I'll ensure that your group is compensated adequately for the tasks you have performed. The well, nonetheless, if you don't mind, I'd like to inspect the shipment I was expecting here. Make sure that everything is still intact there. But
Feel free.
and this group that you had encountered up there, what pray tell did the bandits comprise of?
There were all sorts. It was a ragtag crew. There were ogres,
We have scalps.
and we do have scalps. Uh,
Very well. I would suggest stopping by the Citadel today if you would like. Well, you want to probably make your way there shortly after we finish here. They can probably provide you with some sort of compensation, and the bandits all arrange for someone from the Citadel to come detain them, and we will question the leader and discover what his intentions were. Is there anything else you wish to relay?
we did come upon a little bit more information,
Okay.
and hopefully this could be of a little more monetary value also. Um, that they weren't they were getting insider information. Evidently, they were getting information on when the shipments were coming to be able to stage themselves.
I suspected as much. It seemed convenient that the shipments in particular were the ones that were targeted, but what information did you come across?
Um, Rowan?
I'll hand him the letter.
Okay.
This was apparently a drop from the source to the leader of this bandit group.
Okay. He'll take a look at it. Well, seems they're smart enough to not use names.
The,
So
Yes.
did a little bit more information on that. I did a little investigation myself, and I do know that you have two stable hands that their name begins with S. I don't know how well you vet your employees here, but um, that's a possibility.
Well, she'll be like, I don't trust him. Oh, well, yes. I mean, we do have Stan and Smith that work here. I mean, Smith has been with us for almost 10 years now, and Stan is fairly new. He's been with us for about a year. I've never known them to cause any problems, but and you think that possibly these one of these two could be the S in this letter?
It's possible.
Hmm.
They
the
would have firsthand knowledge of when the wagons went.
I think there's someone also behind the scenes because the leader from the bandit camp specifically said that he was provided people for this and he was
That is true.
given the missions to do and the ones to get.
Some other person is targeting our shipments.
Well, I thought he said that's who the S was.
That would indeed make sense. Hmm. Well, perhaps I can have some additional conversations with our friend here. And which individual was it by chance?
Um, so his name
Ursu.
is Ursu.
Ursu. And can you point him out for me, please?
And I'll point to him.
Well, I will have a talk with him and see what information we might be able to glean from him. If not, perhaps some time at the Citadel might loosen his lips a little bit. Well, I will, as I said, I will have someone from the Citadel come and obtain the prisoners here that you've brought back. They will check them against any kind of outstanding bounties that they might have, and I will have them either I can have them sent to the East Watch for you, or you could pick them up from the constable if you'd like. Might be a preferable option. Not sure how much the money might be, but if you wish to stop by my home later this evening, I will pay you your sum. For the additional information you've given me here, I'll include an additional 200 gold for your trouble in that instance. And I will let you know what the finder's fee that you receive for the additional goods that you've returned.
That sounds fair. Thank you, Lord Jiltrin.
Of course, it might take a couple days for that, but nonetheless, I will make sure that you are compensated.
And we do appreciate that. Yeah, we may be moving from the East Watch very soon. Master Iglar here has made us a very generous offer.
Say, oh, you wish to accept the offer of the inn?
We have talked about it, and we are very seriously thinking about that.
Oh, very well. Just send word whenever you wish to sign the papers, and we will do so. And any of the furniture that was left there will be accessible to you if you'd like to keep it. I believe there were 5 beds that were left, as well as some wardrobes and some tables and chairs, all of which seem to be in adequate shape. But there will be some stocking you may want to do if you wish to keep food on hand for yourself. But
Okay,
just let me know, of
we will.
course. Or he'll just say, "Oh, I'm pleased that this encounter ended more advantageous than our first interaction. I'm quite pleased with the outcome here, though, and should any additional work come up, I will certainly let you know. And I see no reason to impede or stop your progress from starting your own charter.
We appreciate that.
Of course. Anything else?
I don't believe so.
Very well. And your larger friend, I don't see him here with you. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he is fine. He had a personal issue that he needed to take care of, and
Oh,
so
of
we
course.
made the
Say no
rest of
more.
the track.
Say no more. I just wanted to ensure that you suffered no casualties yourself. So,
We do appreciate that.
very well. Have as pleasant of a day as you can. Stay dry, and I will see you later tonight.
Okay, we will see you then.
Very well. 7 p.m.
We'll be there.
Thank you. And he will look at Eigler. I will speak with you later. Master Tristan, if you will take care of these matters at hand. And say, yes. I've taken down instructions per your direction. Very well. Good day. And he will turn and leave.
So
I
I'm
go
going
look at you guys. Very well. I will take my leave as well. If there's anything you need, you know where to find me.
We shall.
You guys are left alone there.
So I'll go into the back of the cart where Trevelyan is and try to coax him out since he's still in the back of the cart.
He kind of looks at you for a moment, flies off past you, lands on Ron.
Okay, that works.
Hey, Sam.
So back to the inn, guys, to dry off.
We should either grab our chests or grab the stuff out of them.
Grab stuff, take scalps in.
Yeah, we'll take our chests.
What about the 2 wagons we brought back, the extra ones? Think they'll let us keep those? Or at least one?
Oh, you know what?
Christian's standing
let's-
there as you guys are talking. You say, if you wish to keep those, that's you can either keep them or we can compensate you for them. Probably be about 25 gold apiece.
These are like small wagons, right? They're not like the...
Yeah, they would be, you could
Like a
haul like
one-horse.
a one-horse wagon, basically. More of a cart to a certain extent that would be traveled over a not too long of a distance.
Is there a way we could possibly store them here for a moment until we decide what we want to do? And would that be acceptable? We don't really have anywhere to keep them at the moment, but once we
How long are you thinking?
a day or two would be probably the max.
Yeah, I mean, 2 days would be fine. Any longer than that, and I mean, we would have a small storage fee if you wanted to keep them here longer than that. But
Of course.
I would be happy to, on behalf of Lord Hiltred and Master Aguilar, to extend a courtesy of 2 days to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. So we will come back for the carts. I believe we will head off.
Very well. Right, so you guys grab your chests, just the small ones that you were carrying your goods in. Is that right?
The ones that we found in the...
Oh,
tent
the
with
goods.
the potions and...
Yeah, the two like wooden
Yeah.
iron
Yeah.
banded chests. Okay. All right. So taking those back to Eastwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 2 of you, or 4 of you, managed to make your way back over there, and you walk in. The barkeep behind the counter says, "Lady Lilith,
Yes.
a moment, if you please."
I'll walk over.
So, well, I have one piece of business, but I also had something I needed to pass along to you that was left for you a few days ago. And he'll pull out a uh, little a bag, and he puts on the counter. And you can hear the heavy clink of coins on it, and he'll say, "This was left for you with this note," and he'll slide it over. And the other pieces, when you guys had stayed here, you paid for a number of days that did expire while you were gone. So we do have 3 days we would need to catch up on. It'd be about 15 gold apiece, or a total of 75.
I will give her 80 gold.
Okay.
And that would pay us up.
Yes,
Come
of
on.
course. If like, I can keep the 5 extra on a tab for drinks if you'd like.
That would be fine.
Okay.
Make 2 of it for drinks, and keep the extra 3 for your for your patience.
Oh, well, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. But yes, a gentleman came by a couple days ago and left that for you. Wanted me to make sure that you and your group would receive that as thanks.
So I will read the note.
Okay. The note simply says, we we felt the need to extend our gratitude and show our appreciation for what you did in our families. Please accept this modest sum as our eternal thanks. And I'll say Arnold on the bottom. And you open up the bag.
Yes.
Okay. There are gold coins inside. Kind of paw through it. You'd assume anywhere, you think 75 to 100. And it is all gold.
Oh, nice. All right. So I'll could I get a warm meal and some drinks
Of course.
for us?
Yes. What would you like for the drinks?
Mead.
Meat. Very well. We do have some roasted venison in the back if you'd like,
That would be perfect.
as well as some summer vegetables and some bread that just came out of the oven not too long ago.
Oh, sounds scrumptious.
Very well. He will just basically use the gold that you left to take care of that. And after you guys find your spots, a little bit of about 5 minutes later, you guys have plates that come as well as drinks.
I took the liberty of getting us a meal here for you guys. We did receive this bag of gold from Arnhold, it seems. 75 to 100 gold pieces. I paid our rooms up for the past 3 days. Let's eat.
Thanks, Lilith.
Right.
And Rith, I got us mead.
Good Lilith.
Hey, Rith, did you enjoy the tea she sent out to you earlier?
Eh.
I thought it was pretty good.
It okay. Not my cup of tea. Ha ha ha.
Wow.
Yikes.
Wow.
Oof. Oof.
I give him a big laugh just to make him feel good about the joke.
Rith is trying.
Good.
All
Okay.
right, I'm gonna eat.
All right.
Rith will dig in.
You guys estimate you have about 2 hours before you were supposed to meet Hiltred at his place.
So I'm gonna count the gold
Okay.
after he's been eaten.
Yeah, there's 100 gold there.
100 gold. All right, so I'll give everybody 20 gold. And I'll keep Kerr's share for when we see him.
All right.
I'll tell him he can keep my share since you paid for the room, so just to reimburse you.
Okay.
All right. Anything you guys are doing before you head to Hiltrid's place?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out to the Citadel.
I would say the Citadel's on the way, isn't it?
Kind of. I mean, you would have. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's kind of on the way. So
Yeah, so we'll head. I mean, when we get ready, we'll leave early enough to where we can stop by the Citadel, I guess.
okay. So just basically eating your food and then heading out.
Yeah, I'd say that was
Okay.
Matt,
And what are you doing with the
every.
chests?
Mm, hmm. What do you guys think?
I mean, we can put them in a. Well, I mean, do we really necessarily need the chest anymore? Like, we can just take the stuff that's inside, right?
That's true.
Speaking of stuff, I believe something needs to go to Rith. Right?
I'm confused. Rith looks confused.
I'm looking at
Oh, Rith.
Lilith.
Rith. There's something in one of these chests that I think will do you well. And I'll pull out the drift globe. Say, Rith, what this is this is light. It can help you see, and you don't have to carry it.
I'll work.
You'll have to ask Rowan. That's all I know.
All right, I look at Rowan.
So, I mean, I identified it, but do I know exactly how it works?
Yes, because
Okay.
there are two command words that you use for it.
Oh, great.
It's
Oh.
either illumin or illuminous are the two words that you have to use. Illumin would be just casting light, and then illuminous would be using the daylight feature, basically.
That's why I'm gonna tell Rith, and then I'll explain the differences because I totally know what the difference is.
Yeah, and then you can say float, and it will float next to you.
Cool. Rith like.
So yes, it is
I thought it
a
would benefit you the most.
thanks. I mean, it's about the size of Wraith when you get it. It's about the size of like a grapefruit, basically. It's very light. Um, the exterior feels hard though, like it has a supernatural hardness to it.
Okay.
But
I will look to see if I have a pouch spot for it.
I mean, on your pack, you probably can find a spot for it that you could access it easily enough, like strap it in, basically.
Okay.
So yes, you can use it to cast either light or the daylight spell.
Okay.
If you use daylight, the daylight can't be used again until the next dawn, but light can be used as many times as you need. And then the float feature will cause it to float no more than 5 feet off the ground. And it will continue floating there until you move 60 feet away from it, and then it will continue to follow until it is within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
So
Is that the range on it? The 60 feet?
that's the floating distance, yeah.
But
So
like, how far does the light go? Is what I was questioning.
light is 20 feet.
Oh, so it does like the spell then, I guess. Like,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha.
So yeah, it's the light spell or the daylight spell. Yes, I believe light has a 20-foot bright range and then 20 feet of dim light. So but speaking each word is considered an action.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
So you guys are heading towards the Citadel?
I actually was gonna go to the Iron Hand Smithy while they were going to the Citadel.
Okay. All right. So the group that's going towards the Citadel, you can take care of that first if you'd like.
I'll go.
Go back, you going with them to the Citadel?
Yeah, I'll go to the Citadel.
Okay. All right. So, Citadel. You make your way towards basically what would be considered like the largest building in the city itself, with the largest walls. It's along the west wall, right. It's butted up right against it, kind of the gold colored one there. So you make your way there. There are some guards that are standing at the front entrance, and they see you approaching and say, "Good day. Please state your business."
We have ogre scalps.
Okay. Seeking a bounty reward, I presume.
Yes.
Very well. If you wish to make your way inside to the first building on your right, and then go down the hall there and see the clerk.
Thank you.
Of course.
And we'll head that way.
All right. Make your way into the first building. Make your way down the hall. See a clerk behind the desk. Looks up. Oh, good afternoon, I think. Yeah, afternoon. Um, how can I help you?
Yes, we have ogre scalps.
Ogre scalps.
Yes.
Okay. Um,
Half ogre 2, and bandits.
half ogre and bandit scalps as well.
Yes.
Okay. One moment, and he will kind of go underneath and like pull out some trays basically and set them on the wooden counter there. Also, if you want to lay out what you have, I will compensate you for the kills.
Okay. I'll lay out 3 half ogres, 2 ogres, and then 6 bandit scalps.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he will take a look at them and say, "Oh, wow, some of these are I hope they were dead when you did this. Soon thereafter. But all right, he kind of go underneath, and you hear something kind of clink open, coin shifting around, and he will uh, come back up and say, "All right, well, here you are." He will hand over a bag. He'll say, uh, 30 gold pieces for the bandits, um, 25 for the half ogres, and then 30 for the 2 ogres. So you get a total of 85 coins.
Okay.
And the crown thanks you for your service.
Well, we thank the crown for its gold.
An agreeable arrangement, then. Anything else?
No, I think that concludes our business for the day.
Very well. Have a nice day.
And same to you. And I'll walk out.
All right. All right.
We'll
And
divide this gold at the
Sure.
back at the inn when we get back there.
Yeah, I just let you grab the bag.
Yeah.
All right. Rowan, you're heading to the Iron Hand Smithy.
Yeah.
All right. So you make your way over there. Head on inside. Okay. Oh, hey, how you
Hey.
doing?
Good, you?
Hey, it's a good day to be inside.
Yep.
What can I do for you?
So I was hoping to get a shield made.
Shield.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of shield?
I mean, just a small one, I guess. Doesn't have to be anything special.
You want like a buckler that just go on your wrist, or you want something that's a little bit bigger?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do maybe a little bigger.
Maybe a little bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some on the wall over there.
Right,
What
but
do you think of those?
here's the deal. I want it to match this.
Okay, so you want a little bit of like acid
Glare.
wash on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see anything on the wall you like? Or do you want me to
Uh,
make you a special one? I can make you a special one, take a couple days.
you know,
Or I can do one of the ones on the wall and have it ready for you tomorrow.
Uh, you know what? Let's just go with the special one.
Special one.
Yeah.
All right. You got a design, or you want me just to do one for you?
Like riverish.
You want the shield
show him the
shaped like a river?
No. I want like something like, I guess like some etching in it, and then I show like the hand axe and how it has like the river design or whatever.
Oh. Okay, so you want that etching on the shield, but you want it acid washed.
Yes.
Okay. Shape of the shield, does that matter for you?
I just find one and randomly point to it. Like that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I thought so too. That's why I picked it, you know.
All right.
Kind of a shield connoisseur, you know.
I could tell. All right. So, I mean, if you want a special one, I can make it. Be a couple days. Do you want to pay for the whole thing now, or you want to pay half now?
How much is it gonna be?
Special with acid wash, I'd say 13 gold.
I'll just pay for it now.
All right.
I give him 13 gold.
All right. Come back and give me 2 days
Sure.
and get it done.
Sounds good. I appreciate you, sir.
Sure. You have a good one. Like, don't wash away or something like that.
Yeah.
You look kind of small. Might want to eat more.
I just walk out with my head down a little.
I almost forgot which smithy you went to there for a moment.
Yeah. Not the stoner.
Right. All right. So that takes care of you. So are you heading straight to Pilchards after that then?
Yeah.
For okay. You will beat the party since the Iron Hand Smithy's kind of near the center. You don't really have to deviate your course at all. So you get there first. Are you going in, waiting out?
I mean, I probably figure that I would get there first, because if so, then I'd probably wait.
You know where the Citadel is, and
Yeah.
you know that you have a more direct path. So
Yeah, I'd probably wait for the rest of the group then.
Okay.
Just get rained on.
You do notice that it is starting to kind of let up a little bit. It's not coming down as hard. It's still pretty decent, but it's not as hard. So you wait there for a little while. While you're waiting, the front door opens, and
Oh, this is
You
awkward.
see, well, I mean, I don't know where are you standing in the courtyard? Are you standing outside the gate there?
Oh, I guess if there's a gate, I'd probably just wait outside of it then.
Okay. So you're standing outside the gate to basically that kind of entrance courtyard that they have. And the door opens. You see there's a guy standing with his back to you. And you can kind of see the outline of Lord Hiltred behind him. Looks like a small conversation occurs, and the gentleman turns and starts walking towards you. Hiltred is going to close the door and kind of sees you standing out there for a moment, kind of looks in your direction for a moment. Oh, and he just kind of raises a hand and waves you in.
Okay, go.
Okay. So you pass the gentleman on your
Oh,
right,
I
and
want to get a good
he's
look at
a.
him. I'm gonna eye him up.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh,
All right.
rain! Ow!
Yeah. You try to eye him and like tilt your head for a moment, and that raindrop falls and like hits you right in the face. Um, the one thing you notice of him is you catch a brief glimpse of his features. He has almost like a grayish skin tone to him. But you think looks like a guy. But aside from that, I mean, looks like he has kind of sharper features, angular. But that's about all you kind of catch out of his catch out of the glimpses. The raindrop kind of hits you for a little bit, and hey, damn rain.
Yeah.
So you continue forward, and uh, Lord Hiltred's standing there. Says, "Rowan, I believe, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. I have not seen your companions come as of yet. Wasn't sure if you wanted to wait inside or if you enjoyed the rain.
Yeah. Why not come in if you don't mind?
Of course not. I mean, if you enjoy the rain, I'm not going to judge you based on that. Each enjoys their own.
I've spent like 2
But
days in it.
that does sound pretty miserable.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of time on the road, so I can empathize. If you'd like to come in and warm yourself by the fire, you may.
Thank you.
I can have a drink brought down for you if you'd like.
Nothing right now. I'm
Very well.
just waiting for the rest of my group.
Very well. I have a small bit of business to attend to. If you would please excuse me for just a moment.
Sounds good.
All right. So he will disappear, and you're just kind of standing there in like a common, almost like a great hall type area. There is a fire that's going in the fireplace there. It's decent size. You don't have to get too close to it before you start to feel a little bit of the heat coming off of it. But you can stand there and wait if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right. Lilith, Kovetch, and Rith. You guys make your way south, and you do notice as you're starting to walk that the rain is starting to let up a little bit as well. So, wind's kind of dying down a little bit. It's not blowing quite as hard, but when you're already soaked, it's a little hard to notice too much of a change. But you make your way to Lord Hiltred's house.
I'll go right up and knock on the door.
Okay. So, Rowan, you're starting to get a little bit dry, and you hear a knock at the front door. And before you can really move, you see a figure come from one of the side rooms, dressed very well, nice butler suit. And Lilith, the door opens in front of you. He says, good evening, Lady Lilith, Master Kovac, Master Rith. Please, come in.
Thank you, sir.
May I offer you a drink?
Not at this time, thank you.
Very well. Lord Hiltred is attending to a piece of business presently, although I believe your companion, Master Rowan, is here, warming himself by the fire. If you would like to join him to dry off.
Oh, most definitely.
It is raining an abundantly large amount. So
Yes. And I'm
please.
small.
We would not want you to wash away.
Correct.
Please come in. He will lead you to the Great Hall, and you see Rowan just kind of standing there.
Hey guys, it's warm over here.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
I stand. I move away in case anybody else would like to get closer to the fire. And
Okay. I mean, it's a pretty big fireplace, so there's plenty of room where you guys can kind of space out. So you guys you wait there for about 5 minutes before Hiltred comes back in. Says, welcome. Thank you for waiting patiently for me. I appreciate it. If you'd like to come into my study, we can settle up on business if you'd like.
Okay.
Very well.
Way, sir.
He will walk into a room that's off to the right there. You come in. It is full of dark wood bookshelves, many of them lined with books. You see hanging over a fireplace that he has in there a set of short swords that are kind of crossed, hanging there above the mantle. You see basically a suit of armor that's kind of sitting over there. Looks like studded leather itself, as well as you see various other trophies that are lining the room. Animal heads, other stuffed animal carcasses as well. You see a bear head, an owlbear head, a 12-point buck. It's just kind of sitting up there as well. And at the head of his room there, you see a fairly large but nice dark wood desk that has a few papers sitting on there, as well as 3 chairs that are situated in front there. He says, sorry, I only had 3 chairs right there. He says, Rith, if you prefer to sit, there's another chair over there that probably would accommodate you a little bit better. He points to the side of the room where there's a larger padded chair.
Ritz can't. I can stand.
Very well. To each their own. Please. I'll motion to the chairs. Saying, I believe our agreement was 3,000 plus the additional 200 for the information. I did speak with a representative of the Pegasus as well, and after taking into account what you had found, they have offered a finder's fee of 450 gold. So I was speaking with their representative before you arrived, and I should have the funds tomorrow.
Were you able to make contact with the other company?
House Misram will be. I have a meeting with them tomorrow. They tend to do things a little bit more formally, so fortunately, I cannot request that they abandon their schedule for the day and meet with me at my leisure. Even a person in my status I still respect those who have a business. But
Understandable.
I do have a meeting with them late tomorrow morning. So I don't assume that will take too long necessarily. It'll be more the negotiating of an appropriate finder's fee. So, pull open her drawer. He'll say, "I did have the gold prepared for you here," and he'll pull out a small bound chest and just set it on the counter there for you. If you prefer to count it, you may.
I'm tempted, but no.
Very well. Was there anything else?
I don't think so at this time.
Very well.
I'll say we can come by tomorrow afternoon to see the results of your meeting. Would that be
I
acceptable?
think it would be best I can send you a courier once I have negotiated with them appropriately. May take an additional day of going back and forth. They are merchants and they like to keep their purse strings tight, but at the same time, the damage to their reputation should this be leaked out or be discovered. I want to ensure that they understand the repercussions of that.
True, and another bargaining chip. I know you're a very good businessman, but we, you could throw it in that we could have just kept the merchandise also.
Well, that would be come across as a bit threatening for such a prominent merchant's house in the city. They do have friends within the crown. I would not wish to give you that sort of reputation.
Fair enough. We appreciate you looking out for our well-being also.
Well, if you do business right by me, I do business right by you, and everybody walks away happy.
You're a very astute businessman, Lord Chilterd.
I appreciate your observance of that. Anything else I can help you with?
I don't think so at this time.
Very well. Well, I have my dinner waiting for me here soon, and I would like to speak with my family as well. Has been a busy afternoon.
Agreed.
And again, you have my appreciation for your fine work, and I look forward to your other accomplishments here in the city.
And as you said before, feel free to contact us if you have any more work.
If I have anything that would fit your skill set, I certainly will.
And we shall take our leave.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Same to you.
Did
He
he
will.
say? Did he say we needed to come back for the gold from the tavern? Or okay.
Yes.
He said he'd have it tomorrow. So, but he would send a courier once he had the amount for
The other.
the merchant house. Yes. So, he will rise and escort you out. Get to the door and say, "Well, good evening."
You as well.
Right. He will bid you adieu into the evening. So it is still raining, but you can kind of see where the sun's getting a little bit lower. It's probably going to be getting close to night here soon. But what would you like to do for the rest of your evening?
Back to the inn.
Okay. Rith?
I'm gonna head to the yeah, I'll just head to the Iron Hand Smithy as well.
Okay.
Well, no, because I'll head back to the inn and work on the rest of the swords.
Okay. You want to get the rest of them sharpened up?
Yeah, I have 2 more left.
Yeah, you're working on the one. You probably have a little bit work left on the one that you were working on where you're sitting there.
Yeah.
But you assume that maybe another 4 or 5 hours you can get all of them finished up.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing tonight then.
Okay. Very good. Kovacs, Rowan, anything for you?
Heading back to the inn.
Yeah, just going back to the end.
Okay.
We've had a long couple of days.
All right. So plans are just to stay inside the inn and basically relax.
Yeah, we'll. I'm gonna suggest that we go into one of our rooms, and that way we can show. I could show everybody what we got in those chests. Um, we do have 10 cut gems that we're probably gonna get a pretty good price for. Um, especially if we go to the Emporium, because with them being cut, they can be set into rings or amulets and the such, possibly. Or if we can find a jeweler in town. We also have the potions and gold, and well, actually, coins. I'm gonna go through the coins that we found in the chests and see exactly how much we have there.
Okay. So you take some time to count out the coins. You
Yes.
come up with 160 gold pieces.
Between the two.
Yeah, I'll just give you the total for everything.
Okay.
So 160 gold pieces, 240 silver, and then
Alright.
130 copper.
Okay. All right. So let's divide this up.
How much charter fee?
1,000 gold.
Just take that out of total and register tomorrow.
I like that idea, Rith.
Well, we have to secure our place too before
Yeah,
we
we need to
register
talk
for the
to
charter.
Iglar tomorrow. I didn't want to make. I know how he said something earlier, but I didn't want to make the decision for all of us. You know that we had. I know we had talked about it, but I didn't know if we had decided for sure we wanted to do that. So
I mean, I personally think that like we if everybody else can say their opinions too, obviously, but like I think we take the money out of the what we just got from him to put towards the charter fee, which was 1,000, and then take out what we would need to pay for wherever we want to stay, and then split the rest.
yeah, because he gave us. Let's see.
Like a 3-month deal or something.
I wrote it down. I don't think I wrote it down.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long, so I mean, you guys, it was a 3-month deal at 150 gold per month. And then if you wanted to continue the rental afterwards would be based on how many rooms you wanted at whatever the going price was for those.
And that's just, yeah, like I said, that's just kind of my idea. If I don't know if anybody else is cool.
Red
Yeah,
like
because
idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
we got 160 gold in these chests, so that's 1 month worth right there. And then we have 10 gold left, so that's 2 gold. And then 48 silver.
Why not pay with 450 we get tomorrow from Igar?
True. I pat him on the head. I'm like, Rith, you're so smart.
All right, so we each get 32 gold, 48 silver, and 26 copper out of the chests.
How much silver was that?
48.
48.
How much gold did you say for every person?
32.
Oh, okay. Is that including the 3,000 that you guys?
No, that was just out of the
that's just
chest.
out of the
Oh,
chest.
just out of the chest.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just out of the chest.
You guys are just gone through the chest part. All right.
Yep.
All right, how much again? So you don't have to repeat it.
32 gold, 48 silver, 26 copper.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay. So you're dividing up the chests right now.
That's just the chest.
Okay.
The 3,200, we each have 640 gold.
It's 640.
Yep.
That's with the 1,000 taken out, right?
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
So that sounded a little high.
Yeah. 440. And I will just keep the extra 1,000 and I'll put it in my gold and I'll pay for the charter tomorrow.
And then we have one bag left for the scalps, right?
Yep. 85. That's 17 gold apiece. I'm about to buy something nice soon. I have a lot of gold. All right, so we have 3 potions also. We have a potion of hill giant strength, which, my opinion, should either go to Kovac or Rith.
Rith, no need.
Okay, Kovac, would you like the hill giant strength potion?
Sure. That'd come in
Okay.
handy.
Careful of that fingernail when you're drinking
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like the worm at the bottom of the bottle.
We have a potion of fire breath.
Give Rowan or you.
Rowan?
It doesn't matter.
Tell you what, I'll take it. And then we have a potion of animal friendship. Do you want to give that to Kerr,
I'm sure he'd love it.
or does I think he'd like it.
Rith agree. Rith doesn't need friendship. Rith good already.
Yep, you really had those horses earlier. You did a good job.
They listen well.
Mm.
So I think for Lilith, the potion of fire breath, I'll probably have to create that one. So
Yeah, I was just looking for it. I
So,
didn't. It's not in there.
animal friendship is in there, and Kovac already got the challenge strength one. So
Yep, I got it on.
but I'll create that one for you.
Okay. And I believe that's it for now, besides the gems. And we can sell those and split those later, unless you guys are needing any of them.
No rush.
I think we might have enough gold to hold us over for like a day.
Yeah.
I mean, the way you
I,
were talking, you might need some, but
Yeah. I'm good. Okay. Well, I guess let's bed down, and then, or did we want to try to send a message to Kerr and let him know we're going to be at the inn? That way he can find where we're at. Since we can only do a message once a day, or
Yeah, I mean, about
did we
evening
want to?
anyway. Won't be
Did we
wasting
want
it.
to? Did we want to keep it available in case he's in trouble? Because we don't know what he's really doing. So
Can't hurt to let him know our status, I guess.
yeah,
I'll tell him not to respond. That way he'll still be able to contact us if he gets in trouble.
that sounds good.
What you're saying is I cannot respond to this message.
That's a good one. That'll come during the midst of your ritual. You'll kind of be mildly perceptive of it. Like it
Okay.
comes, but it doesn't interrupt what you're doing.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's been a long trip. I haven't slept comfortably. I'm gonna go down to the barkeep and see if they'll run me a hot bath.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a hot bath and
Been
relax.
soaked in water for 2 days, and the first thing he wants to do is take a bath. I guess
I'm
at
a
least.
lady. I need clean. I need clean.
All right. So if you want a bath, they'll ask if you want your clothes laundered as well.
Yes, please.
Okay. So they'll offer the hot bath as well as the clothes laundering for 2 gold pieces.
Done.
All right. So they lead you to they let you know they'll let you know when the bath is drawn for you, and then just to leave your clothes off to the side, and they will have them laundered. So you can enjoy the hot water, and as you're sitting in there, if they say if you need any additional hot water, to let them know. They will come and refresh it, basically. So, but you have a wonderfully hot bath. You can kind of feel some of the tension from bouncing on the road all that time, and the cold kind of seeping into you from the wind. It just kind of melts away. Feel nice and relaxed. Your clothes come back; they're nice and clean. Dust and dirt and mud that got caked into some of it's all gone. So
And
clean and
Lilith
fresh.
is happy.
Yep, clean and fresh.
After the bath, I head up to the room and I crash.
Gotcha. Anything anybody else is doing during the evening?
I'm,
Nope,
bug-
just what I was doing. So
I'm bugging
nothing
Riff.
While he's sharpening swords?
Yeah, seems like the
Okay.
perfect time to do it.
I'll send Kerr a message. Back at inn, safe, paid, no need to reply.
All right. So
And I'll
Ritz, you
read
spend your
for
and
bed.
you said you're gonna read?
Yeah, before I head to bed.
Okay.
Yep.
What books have you been reading lately?
Let me pull up. Let's see. I guess how many books, if I've gotten through any, how many? I can just read you what order I'd read them in.
Let's see, you've been reading on a consistent basis since you've gotten them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, would say you probably get, depending on which one I mean, if you're going from top down, is that what you do on your list? Because you probably would get through at
Oh,
least
how do
2.
you? Yeah, let
Probably
me get.
about 2 at least.
I'm not sure what order I've got them in on there.
I
I
think
would
they
have
just, yeah.
Cormier history, and then I would have moved to Everesca,
Okay.
and then to Blue Fire. That's
Okay.
the order I read them in.
Okay. So if you're reading the 2 history books, I would say you're probably through about 1.5 of them. So you've gotten
Okay,
through Cormai history and Everseka.
got it.
Everesca. So the yeah, so you're reading through the Everesca one. Give me a wisdom save.
Uh-oh. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Got
Oof.
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Then give me an intelligence check. 14. Okay. You're
Wait,
trying to read through.
I wasted my rolls on those animals.
All right, you know. You're trying to read through this Everesca one, and you're having a hard time. 'Cause it's just there's something just nagging at the back of your head. Uh, it kind of comes back to you remembered on the trip towards Arabel and a couple of other times you've had those like vivid dreams that have been kind of coming around, and every time it happens you've been getting signs of some sort, and it's just nagging at the back of your head, and you just cannot focus on this book. You spend probably about 30 minutes just keep driving in, and after that half hour, you realize you've probably read the same passage about a dozen times, and every time you read it, you're like, just nothing is sticking in your head, and it's that Cormire book. There's just something about that Cormire history book that is just nagging at you. And so you start flipping through some of the pages. You open to a section of the book and you're like, I know it's something in this section. And you spend the next hour until the section on Tilverton just grabs at you. You're like, it feels important.
Okay.
So,
Where is that in reference in regards to Arabel?
it's north. So there's a rough drawn map that's in the book, and you find it in there, and you kind of look around for a little bit and kind of spot where Arabella is, and then you find Tilverton, and um, the book listed as Tilverton Scar on the map. But you follow the road north, and it passes through the Knowles Pass, and then probably based on the estimate on the map and how far further north that thing is, you would assume maybe another 1.5 to 2 days north of the Knowles Pass, where you just were, is where Tilverton was.
Okay.
Because there's something in there that you start reading through the section, and um, talks about the apparent destruction of the city, and what was left in it was this shadowy scar that there are still people that kind of live in the area, but they're a little further out. They're farmers and herders and people who've just lived in that land for generations and just refuse to move away. But um, the rest of the area around it is just kind of desolate, abandoned, and no one goes into it. Like the walls still stand, but anyone who gets close of it just there's always been reports or rumors of just terrible emotional sensations that they feel, um, to the point that people, whenever they start to get close, they are immediately kind of pushed away from it.
Okay.
So, yeah, you try to read your book, but that's where you end up spending most of your evening researching because something about that place just can't get off your mind. So,
All right. Perfect.
Right. Anybody else? Rith, you said you were sharpening swords.
Yep.
So if you do that for the most of the time, you could probably get through most of it. You'll have a little bit of work left to do on the final short sword in the morning.
Okay.
You would assume probably half hour, 45 minutes. But you're kind of hitting your limit for the day just with everything that's gone on. So it's been a long day. And you've had Rowan sitting there with you.
When when I get up to leave, like before I walk out the door, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, Rith, sorry you thought I was dead in that fight. I could hear that you were upset, and it means a lot."
Rowan, good friend.
You too, buddy.
Don't run up in front of Rith next time.
Good advice. Then I'll head back to my room, and it's been a while, so I'll pull my flute out again and just play on it a little bit, and then I'll go to bed.
Okay. All right. And Kerr, you've bedded down for the night in the woods, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys all bed down. Nighttime passes by. You get a good night's rest in your beds this time around, as opposed to sleeping on bedrolls or on the ground or in the wagon.
No watches.
How many hit dice do we regain per night when we expended all our hit die?
You would get one back a day until you refill.
One back a day. Okay.
Yep. So you would have gotten 2 on the way back, and then 1. Yeah, 2 on the way back, and then 1 for here.
Okay.
So you'd have 3 back now. All right. Do you guys want to stop there since we're at a pretty good stopping point, or do you want to go through the morning stuff of any shopping?
I'd
I'm good
say
either way.
probably a good stopping point.
Good
'cause
stopping point? Okay.
I've got a lot I want to do.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So we'll go ahead and end the session there, and we'll pick up on the morning the next day when we get back together here in 2 weeks.
Cool. Yep.
So, thanks everybody for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and check out the YouTube here in a couple of days, and well, 5 days or so when this video gets uploaded. Catch up on any of you've missed in the past, and we will see you next time. See you later.
See ya.
Later.